Hi, welcome to the Balanced Body Podcast. My name is Stacy Sims, and I own Pendleton Pilates in Cincinnati, Ohio, where I'm an educator and an instructor. And this is Rachel Apple, who's also a co-educator with me and an instructor in our studio system. So today, what we're going to do is we're going to look at how the half roller, which you can get at Pilates.com, Balanced Body's online store, how the half roller can help you really understand spinal alignment, both while you're doing an exercise, a roll up and a roll down, as well as using it for constructive rest and helping you align your spine. So, you ready? Okay. So, what Rachel's going to do is she's going to sit on the very edge of the foam roller. And you really do need to move yourself way to the edge of the foam roller because in a second she's going to lie all the way down. So we just want to make sure that there's enough foam roller to get her entire spine down. So we need to make sure that the body scooches far enough up. So I'm going to move over to this side of Rachel. Just by sitting up on the foam roller, it's going to create some instability in the body. When we're going to use that instability to help strengthen and balance the abdominal muscles, but just know that you probably are going to want to take your legs a little bit apart because you're going to need a wide base of support to help support you as you move on the foam roller. Once you become more advanced in this, you can bring your legs together, all the way together. This is going to become a more challenging move. But for today, we're going to Rachel's legs apart. Oh, and also, I forgot to mention, Rachel is 18 weeks pregnant, and the exercise we're going to give her doesn't require any modifications for that term of pregnancy. But I would suggest that if you're pregnant and you're new to Pilates, just check with your doctor to make sure your doctor thinks it's a good program for you. Alrighty? Okay, so what we're going to do is she's going to execute a roll down on the foam roller. So she's going to put her arms out in front of her, and before she even starts, she's trying to sit up nice and tall. She's pulling her shoulders back and down. She might even imagine that she's pulling a stick or a towel apart. That's going to help her engage her lats in the back body and keep herself nice and open through the chest. She's going to take an inhale. She's going to exhale. She's going to scoop in those low abdominal muscles, and she's going to use either an audible breath with a loud shh, or she's going to use a quiet breath. She's going to inhale, and she's going to exhale, and she's going to set her spine down one vertebrae at a time on the foam roller. I'm going to bring her back up a second. She's going to take an inhale. She's going to exhale. She's going to lower her arms. She's going to lift her head. Important point here. If you tend to be an eye closer, you're not going to get your head in a good position. If you open your eyes, set your gaze to where you want to go, which is up, it's going to help. She's going to inhale, exhale, and she's going to curve her abdominals until she comes up nice and tall. So, if you try this at home, almost anyone who does it for the first time on the foam roller is going to quickly discover where you are imbalanced. You're probably stronger on the right side or stronger on the left side. So what that often looks like is go ahead and let your abdominal muscles go a little slack. Don't use your feet so connected to the floor. Do you see how she's starting to wobble? Her shoulders are going this way. Her hips are going in the opposite direction. Go ahead and come back up. If this happens to you, what this is telling you is this is probably what your body is doing to some small degree when you're not up on the foam roller. We all have idiosyncrasies and slight imbalances side to side. Most of us are not very symmetrical, but by doing the exercises on the foam roller will help you create symmetry in the muscles that allow you to execute a roll up and roll down. The other thing too, quickly, make sure that your hips, your knees, your feet stay in good alignment and really connect the feet to the floor. She's going to take an inhale again, and she's going to exhale, and she's going to scoop in her belly. She's going to roll down. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to scooch over back to your side, and since she's worked so hard, we're going to allow her to do a little bit of constructive rest position. So go ahead and bend the knees even more. Great. So, can you see how basically Rachel, when she's lying on the foam roller, her tailbone naturally, gravity presses the tailbone down. Gravity connects basically the thoracic spine with the foam roller, and gravity is helping connect the occiput, the bone at the base of the skull, to the foam roller. The natural curves of the spine, the cervical spine and the lumbar spine, are being basically supported up on this foam roller. What is happening now is that gravity is helping to lengthen her spine, rather than often what gravity is doing is basically compressing our spine. We don't really think much of gravity as a weight because we're so used to it, but it is always, there's a slight pressure coming down on our body through gravity. This is turning gravity into our friend by using the foam roller to create a nice long spine. If you have a challenge really understanding the bony landmarks of your spine, tailbone, thoracic spine, the occiput, you're really going to feel it on this half roller. You can simply recline, or you can also work to get a little bit of more range of motion through the arms, through the shoulder girdle, using the foam half roller. So like a snow angel, she's just going to run her hands along the ground, and she's going to work to keep her shoulders down away from the ears. Good. And when it starts to pinch through the scaps and through the neck, when it starts to feel tense, that's where you want to stop, relax, and surrender, and just let gravity work to open up these tight muscles through the chest and open up all the tight muscles through the back. How's that feel?
Great.
Probably feels really good on your pregnant body, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. Thanks so much for stopping by. We look forward to working with you soon.